My name is Ken Matthews. I've been involved in sport in Launceston for many years and in little athletics since 1973. I started off under the tutelage of Les Capes, who came over here with his wife June from Perth. And the first thing they did when they got here was look round and say, where's the little lass on this week? No one knew what he was talking about. So he decided to get it going down here, and in doing so he went round all the schools and left them advice of what it was all about and when it would be held and when the meeting will be for they could all get enrolled. So from then we went from there, and eventually we got up to virtually what it is today under certain changes to the rules and regulations since then. But initially it wasn't easy because Tasmania was always been known as a sporting state and had some very good sportsmen, but athletics wasn't one of the big ones at that time. But everyone conceded that really if you're going to be a sportsman, you've got to be fit and be able to be very athletic in most of the things you do in sport. So it was off to a pretty fair start then, but initially we had to go out and let the people know what it was about rather than send them a brochure. So at that time I went out with Les when he started it up, and then he left me in the deep end, and I took with me John Oldenoff, who had been in athletics for at that time, the same time as I, and we went round all the schools in Launceston and had seminars there just overnight explaining what it was to them, and then we branched out into the country and got round the local, well, round as far as Deloraine, I think, in one area, and round all those that were interested. And the word gradually got out and people did get interested, and we got off to a pretty scratchy start to begin with, but from there we went on, and everything seemed to come right. Les had some good contacts, and he had a Victorian come over, their coach, the Victorian coach, come over and actually taught a lot of our people what the actual rules and regulations were in relation to athletics competition. It went on quite all right for quite a while then, and our initial start was a bit dopey because we didn't have a great deal of money, and we had to get equipment, etc. to these people. We couldn't expect them to come in and start up a new club, and so we found where we could get money from. Our first major sponsor was the Abbott's Cordial Factory in Launceston. They sponsored Little Laths, and from there others put their hands in their pockets. Les was a good person to go out and talk to these people in business because he was a travelling salesman. So we got off to a pretty fair start. We ran into a bit of a problem after a few months with our hurdles, and I went in to see J&T Guns in Launceston and asked them could they give us some kind of service that we could provide us to get into buying some hurdles, and they said no, we can't do that, but if you like it we'll make them for you. And so they made us a complete set of hurdles, and they still have them today. But it went on from there, and we started into the devious ways of getting people to championships. Championships became very popular when Little Athletics started, so everyone strove to get into the teams to go away, and quite often a lot of parents went with them too. So that was actually the highlight for mainly the elder ones. These were in the under 12s in those days. I believe now that you're up a lot higher than under 12s, but I'm not sure of that figure anyway. But that's where it went on, and from after Les left, I fell into the position of president, and I can't remember the period of time now, but we had a lot of good people around us. I sat down last night and wrote a little list, and after I got to the bottom of an exercise book page, I stopped thinking of who I should put in there, and I decided to scrap it. But we've had some lovely people involved with us, a lot of people that have gone on. Even now at this late stage in my life, when I wander down to Windsor Park down there and look around, and people come up and talk, and I realise then that these are not parents, they're actually grandparents of children that were out there in those days. So it's nice to see the evolution go right through to what it is today, and I was very proud to be part of it, and And unfortunately, I still like to get out of bed on Saturday morning and go down, have a sticky.